from PNC Park. It's game 2 of the 4-game series, the Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. It was raining a moment ago. The tarp is just off the field, and we expect to play this game at 7:25. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. The Pirates doing a good job all year long, but I tell you, the one team, the nemesis here at PNC Park, they are playing currently the St. Louis Cardinals. That offense is explosive anyway, but especially here in this ballpark, led by the likes of Scott Rowland.
Hey, it'd be a real good time for Ryan Vogelsong to get back together. Here you see Rowland. Look, he put his head down. Where'd he hit that to?
About 20 rows up in left field.
Unbelievable, the numbers he has put up now this year. It's just fantastic, and especially against us. I mean, look at 9 RBIs. We're maybe kind of responsible for this guy having a year of years.
The major league leader in runs batted in.
I tell you, you know, we had those great games Friday and Saturday, and I hate to think that just because of 2 bad games now that we totally have forgot about that. Great crowds here on Friday and Saturday. We played good baseball. We hit the ball, got the ball over the fence. We got the base hits. There's no reason we can't continue that against the Cardinals. You know, their starting pitching isn't the greatest in the world. We're going against Suppan tonight. You know, we know that he's going to be around the plate, but he's a guy that gives up a lot of base hits. We just have to score some runs with these guys, and Vogelsong eventually is going to come out of this. His stuff is too good, and I hope it's going to be tonight.
I was just saying, Bob, and we talked about it with Stan a few moments ago. You talked about it with Spin Williams. Eventually, that starting pitching is going to kind of catch up with the bullpen.
It has to. These guys just have too much talent. This starting rotation, if you look around the league, the different starting rotations, look at the starting rotation over in the Redbird dugout, and grade them out like a scout would, you know, grade the pitches, you know, the velocity, the breaking balls, things like that. Our starting rotation has as good a stuff as just about anybody in the league that we're going to face. They just have to start pitching like it.
And as you said, too, the offense, the Pirates still lead the National League in hitting. They're led by the likes of Craig Wilson, who had an outstanding performance yesterday, 4 for 4. He's now 4th in the National League in hitting.
Well, the way these guys have done it, it's not like you got a 2-week, 3-week spurt.
You're talking 2 months now.
They've been solid. Yeah, Jason Kendall, he's been solid for a long time. 17 games now, that hitting streak. So these guys aren't going to go away on offense. I'm convinced of that now. It took me a while to be convinced of it, but they're for real. We might not hit a ton of home runs, but we're going to do all right, and we're going to get rewarded by getting rewards. Like their award, Rob Makoviak. They were named today co-players of the week. Congratulations to those 2 guys.
That's pretty neat. Teammates, co-players of the week. Their award, of course, hit for the cycle on Wednesday, and Rob Makoviak led the league, the major leagues, with 12 runs batted in during this past week. Had that phenomenal, of course, weekend, Friday night, the doubleheader, and then helped win the game on Saturday. So you mentioned Ryan Vogelsong. He goes up against Jeff Suppan, the former Pirate. You think something has to give for the Buccos. They've got to start turning it around against these St. Louis Cardinals.
A good opportunity tonight. I think we're going to score some runs. And, you know what the key, can Ryan get through that first inning? If he gets through that first inning, we're going to win this ball game.
All right, that's 7:25 first pitch. The Buccos and the St. Louis Cardinals. Stay with us. We'll have more coming up from PNC Park, the Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. Level here at PNC Park. I don't know if that's beer bowers or gunners, but the neat amenities here. Grounds crew getting the field ready. Again, 7:25 is the scheduled first pitch. That rain came through here quickly, and now they need to water that infield.
Oh, yeah.
They had the tarp on the field.
Got to do that.
Yep. See the sun shining brightly here at PNC Park as the Bucs will take on the St. Louis Cardinals in game 2 of this 4-game series. The Pirates trying to get back to the 500 mark. They're currently 23 and 24.
A little rain delay is kind of good. Gives us time to have some cotton candy ourselves.
There's Hack Sampson. He's getting ready. We are too. Stay with us. Inside Pirates baseball coming your way, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes for the Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. We're back. And a look outside Beer Bowers restaurant here at PNC Park. The Pirates getting ready to play the St. Louis Cardinals in game 2 of the 4-game set. They lost on Memorial Day 8-3. Umpiring crew getting ready. Ron Culpa, the home plate ump. Bill Miller at first. Brian Gorman at second. Dale Scott will be the third base umpire. Jason Bay getting ready. He's going to be out in center field again tonight. Mike Redmond got the start in center field yesterday. There's former Pirates pitcher Jeff Suppan making his way in from the bullpen. Pitching coach Dave Duncan along his side. And the Pirates will take the field, led by Craig Wilson. I'll show you the defense here in just a moment. First, we'll take a look at the St. Louis Cardinals starting lineup. The Cardinals 27 and 23 on the year. They're tied for second in the National League Central, 2.5 games back. The lineup brought to you by Dodge. Tony Womack leads off. Then it's Ray Langford and Albert Pujols. Major League's RBI leader is Scott Rowland at third. Jim Edmonds in center. Edgar Renteria the shortstop. John Mabry in right. Cody McKay does the catching with Suppan on the mound.
And take a look at Vogelsong's scouting report, brought to you by PNC. The first inning has just been killing him. Look, 439 opposition batting average. That just cannot continue. He has to really do something to get through these first innings without the disasters. And one of the things that is happening to him, he's getting way too many walks, and I'm wondering if he's a little gun shy because he's getting hit hard in that first inning. Now he starts trying to pick here and there, a little afraid of the bat, doesn't want the ball put in play, going for strikeouts, and so he complicates matters that are bad, makes them worse by throwing in some walks on top of all those base hits. He's got to just forget about that stuff, stay aggressive, go after the hitters with good strikes. He's got too good of stuff.
Take a look at the defense behind him. Defense is brought to you by Rico. Jason Bay, as we mentioned, in center field, with Craig Wilson in left and Darrell Ward in right. Rob Makoviak, Jeff Wilson on the left side. Jose Castillo and Randall Simon, the right side of the Bucco infield. Jason Kendall behind the plate. And Ryan Vogelsong. He's lost 4 in a row. He lost to Suppan on Thursday at Busch Stadium. 5 innings, 6 runs, 5 walks, 5 Ks. Much different than what he did in spring training. He was one of the best pitchers down in Bradenton in all of baseball. Really, he appeared in 7 games, struck out 29 in 26 innings, hardly walked anybody. Tony Womack leads off and takes ball 1.
Well, he really got off on a roll down in spring training for a number of reasons. He was good stuff, throwing strikes, seeing some hitters that weren't ready to hit yet. Maybe the quality of the hitters wasn't very good. A lot of AAA players. But Greg, his confidence soared, and he really stayed aggressive throughout spring training. He got himself a bit of a rut once the season started. He got banged around a little bit, and I think it affected him.
1-2, so he needs a
this is a great
confidence boost.
3 fastballs in a row, out to a 1-2 count. He's just driving it down right in the strike zone, keeping the ball low.
And staying alive, Womack defensively slapped it foul.
I've had people around the ballpark, some fans, some other people that just talk about Vogelsong and like, well, he didn't turn out. Have some patience with this guy. We've had patience with so many undeserving people over the years. So this guy is very deserving.
Well
Show him
said.
some patience. He'll be fine.
That was fine. Struck out Womack.
Not bad. Good start. He really pounded the fastball in. When you go after him with that fastball, the hitter has to speed up the bat. Womack in this situation, he had to start swinging a little earlier. He knew he couldn't get around on that 94, 95 mile an hour fastball if he just kept sitting back. So he speeds up the bat, and then you drop the off-speed pitch, the curveball. Now he's out in front. It's pitching.
Veteran Ray Langford shows bunt, takes the fastball high. Langford missed all of last year, coming back from an injury, and returns to the Cardinals. Fouled back, as Bob said, be patient. This guy, Vogelsong, at 26 years old, he is making tonight only his 17th start in the big leagues. He's thrown only 110 innings in the majors. First slowed by the injury, had to have Tommy John surgery. Good off speed there,
He
1-2.
has such quality pitches. The curveball we saw strike out Womack. throws in the mid-90s with the fastball. Beautiful changeup right there to Langford.
Spin Williams talked to Bob about the starting pitching before the game.
It all boils down to Spence. And these guys have to go after hitters. His word was attack, I believe.
Pirates pitchers have walked 181 batters.
Spence tired of seeing a guy go 5 innings and
right.
He's thrown 97 pitches.
2-2 pitch. Missed high.
Spence got the patience
of Job.
Yeah, but there's a point though where he keeps repeating himself over and over and over and over again. But with somebody like Vogelsong, that's understandable.
Only 3 other clubs have walked more batters than have Pirates pitchers. 3-2 on Langford. Stays 3-2. Vogelsong, raised in central Pennsylvania, went to Kutztown State. Remember the Golden Bears, led Division II pitchers in earned run average in 1998. Giants drafted him in the 5th round of the 98 draft. And stays 3-2 on Langford. Bucks picked up Vogelsong in the Jason Schmidt deal. Especially want to keep these first 2 men off if you can. Womack and Langford with Pujols and Rowland staring down at you, but he walks them. On a 3-2 pitch, he loses Langford. Here's Pujols. Prince Albert was 2 for 4 with a couple of runs batted in yesterday. He leads the league with 15 homers. Average of 303, 35 runs batted in, and he also leads the National League with 45 runs scored. This breaking pitch misses. Ball 1 on Albert Pujols. Lifetime .385 hitter at PNC Park. 11 career homers in this yard. He is one of the reasons the Cardinals just own the Pirates in their home yard. Takes a strike. The Cardinals are 19-6 here at PNC Park. Pujols in just his 4th year in the majors. La Russa happy to pencil his name in that lineup card every day. Missed only 11 games. This is his 4th year. Led the league in hitting last season. 1-2 the count.
Take into account his age, how many years in the big leagues he has sitting in front of him.
Frightening thought, isn't
well,
it?
I can't believe that there's anybody that, you play that old game, who would you take to start a franchise?
Yeah.
How could it be anybody but Albert Pujols? He's one of the top 2 or 3 hitters in baseball, and he's got this Hall of Fame career sitting right in front of him right now for the taking.
Sharply hit and a base hit, and that grass will slow it down, so that will let Langford move to 3rd, and the Cardinals in business again. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Quality pitch up high. I don't know how Pujols got that on the ground, but Greg, the Cardinals now have something going. 1st and 3rd, they're just 1 out. Vogelsong's in a little bit of a jam, but look how it's happened. You got a ground ball and a walk.
Yep.
It's not like Ryan goes out there and they start hitting balls off the wall off of him. Eventually, that happens after a while, but boy, if he could have just stayed away from that walk to Langford.
And of course, the ever dangerous Rowland now takes ball 1. We repeat, he leads all of baseball with 53 runs batted in. That just through 2 months of the season. Also hitting .421 with runners in scoring position. 4th best average in the league in those situations. Oh my, hit him on the helmet. Whoa. Roland bounces right back up.
Man.
Jeez.
How about the sound that made?
How about how tough this guy is? Look, have you ever seen anything like this? He gets smoked on the helmet and bounces right back up like it was nothing.
Wow.
Holy smoke.
That's taking a shot to the head. That was a, good mid-90 fastball he got hit up there with, too.
Wow. Spin Williams out to talk, but ever seen anything like that? He bounces right back up. He's at first base. The trainer barely got a chance to see him. Jeez. He's a tough cookie. Let's watch and listen again. You see Kendall right away. As soon as that happened, he's waving to the trainer to get out.
You remember it was Matheny, I believe, a couple years ago in Milwaukee. Took a Rich Loisel fastball to the face. Cut him wide open. He never even went down.
No, he just stood there in shock. Yeah. Blood just dripping. Of course, last year, Sammy Sosa hit on the helmet. It cracked his helmet from Solomon Torres. So now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Jim Edmonds. What might that do to a pitcher's psyche like Vogel saw?
Well, that's why Spin Williams went out to the mound. Make sure his nerves are settled down a little bit. But here you are, bases loaded, first inning, and the Cardinals really haven't done anything with the bats.
Not a base hit. Langford and Pujols score. Roland to third. 2-run single for Edmonds.
Go back to the Ray Langford at bat is the key to this whole inning. Right off the end of the bat, he didn't get much of it. Just a little flare that falls in. So you got a strikeout, a walk, a ground ball through the infield. You hit a batter, and now a little flare off the end of the bat, and you're in deep trouble.
Edgar Renteria.
Phone's ringing in the bullpen already.
Strike is called.
And you're throwing hard. You got good stuff. You've already proven the quality of your pitches. The first strikeout to Womack, that good fall off the table. Curveball. You've thrown a couple good changeups. This should not happen. This is why, I say these guys have too much talent to have the numbers. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Grounded slowly. That's not going to be a double play ball. It was hit too slowly. It'll get a run home. 4-3 on the putout. 3-0 St. Louis.
They have not really hit a ball hard, and they're up 3-0 in this game. Just a little dribbler. Another one off the end of the bat. This is so frustrating.
Yep. The word you created about a week ago. Flustered and frustrated. Mabry foul tips it. Appearing in his 7th game since his contract purchase from AAA.
I know first inning runs continue. I know that people can't understand sometimes when I say too talented to have this stuff. They think, well, how can he be talented if he's got all these horrible, horrible numbers? I'm talking about the way he can pitch, the pitches he can throw, the stuff he has. And you're seeing how good stuff can still give up runs right here.
One and 2 on Mabry. Vogelsong 1-4, 7.47 ERA. This is his 10th start. He has walked 29 this season. That's tied for 8th most in the league. And he comes back and gets Mabry on that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So the inning starts with a strikeout, ends with a strikeout, but in between, 3-run score. Cardinals lead it 3-0, head to the bottom of the first inning against Jeff Suppan. Pirates lineup: Jason Kendall, Jack Wilson, Darryl Ward, 1, 2, 3. Craig Wilson, the cleanup man, co-player of the week with, or rather Rob Makoviak, co-player of the week with Darryl Ward. And it's Randall Simon, Jason Bay, Jose Castillo, and Vogelsong. And Scott Rowland is taken out of the game, and you can understand that, probably for precautionary measures, and he might have been woozy when he went back.
Take a look at Suppan's scouting report, brought to you by Citco. Suppan figured it out a long time ago. You got to be aggressive in the strike zone. You got to throw strikes. Well, he does do that, and he gets up a lot of hits because of that. But he's successful. The hits don't hurt you. The walks are the things that kill you, and he loves pitching in this ballpark.
Foul territory and out of play.
Would you tell me earlier, Greg, there's only one pitcher that has a lower ERA at PNC Park than Suppan in the National League?
Yeah, Oswald.
Roy Oswald.
And that includes the Pirates. Kip Wells has the lowest ERA here at this ballpark among Pirates pitchers, but Roy Oswald's ERA here is 2.80, Suppan's 2.85. Then Ben Sheets, his run average in this ballpark, 2.93. Wells just over 3.
You watch Suppan pitch, he's going to go right at that strike zone, pitch after pitch. He's not a real hard thrower. You saw that one, 91. That probably be close to his best fastball of the night. But he throws strikes. He doesn't help the other team out. He gets in a groove. He gets a lot of 1, 2, 3 pitch outs. That's why historically throughout his career he's been one of those 200 inning guy year after year after year after year. He's around a long time. He doesn't get his pitch counts all crazy. If he has to leave the game early, it's usually because the other team knocks him out, not because he's thrown 100 pitches in 5 innings.
5 straight years, 200+ innings. That's a dinosaur these days. Suppan's still relatively young. He's just 29 years old. Bounce left side, and it's a base hit. Renteria tried to make an impossible play, but Kendall extends his hitting streak to 18 straight games.
Doesn't matter if Renteria gets this ball or not. It's a base hit all the way. He was going to try and make a throw, but the only thing that could have happened he throws it away, and Kendall goes to second.
Longest active streak in the majors. Kendall's 18-gamer. Jack Wilson now 5th in the league in hitting at 350. So dropped down a bunt for a hit, fouls it off.
Jack hasn't done much of that this year.
Leaders in hitting. Sean Casey doesn't want to slow down. See the Wilson boys.
3-0 already tonight, Cincinnati.
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Whoa. It was Adam Dunn hitting the home run.
Somebody better start beating those guys to bail you out.
I knew you'd jump ship.
What was that guarantee you made?
Yeah, I know. I said Pirates will finish ahead of them. You made the promise that would happen by end of June. I didn't go that far. Runner takes off, and it's popped out of play.
You know what Steve always says, if you're going to be a Bear, be a Grizzly.
That's right. Kendall was off on the pitch from Suppan to Jack Wilson. Wilson has collected 70 hits, second only to Sean Casey in the National League. Waits on it, and a broken bat, little flare. Well, Jack Wilson just waited and then served it into left.
Jack's just trying to avoid the strikeout. Big, slow curveball right off the very end. He got left holding the knob and maybe about another 3 or 4 inches of wood.
Well, Darrell Ward now. 8-game hitting streak. Get some maybe runs right back here. Darrell Ward and
river action right here.
Yeah, Rob Makoviak, National League Co-Players of the Week. And the Pirates have added a neat promotion, by the way, we'll tell you about this Thursday. Finale of the homestand, the final game of this series against the Cardinals. First 10,000 fans entering the ballpark will get one of 2 T-shirts honoring the achievements of Darrell Ward and Rob Makoviak in the past week. First in St. Louis, Darrell Ward became only the 20th player in Pirates history, the 118-year history, to hit for the cycle. His father, Gary, had accomplished the feat with the Twins in 1980, the only father-son combination in Major League history to both hit for the cycle. So one of the T-shirts will feature the tagline, Ward and Son Cycle Shop, with an image of Darrell Ward. And the other T-shirt, you'll get one of the 2 if you're the first 10,000 fans this Thursday night. The other T-shirt will have the feature tagline of Mac Daddy and an image of Rob Makoviak, the proud papa. A fun promotion this Thursday night. Be one of the first 10,000. Get one of those T-shirts. Ball and 2 strikes on Darrell Ward, who was as perplexed as anyone in the ballpark on that defensive misplay that he made in the 5th inning last night. Runners at first and third. Ground ball. He's not more than 6 inches from the bag. He didn't tag the bag. He looked to second, looked to third, back to second, finally threw to third. The runner diving back ahead of the tag, and the Pirates got nobody out. Strangest plays you'll ever see.
He was perplexed?
Yes.
What did he say?
And people were frustrated. He says, I can't explain it. He just...
See, I got a good explanation.
Go ahead. Fire away.
Well, no, I said I needed to tell him so that he could have explained it now. If he's already gone on record of being perplexed.
Oh, you could have... Oh, I see.
Yeah,
you could have been a spokesman.
I got an explanation for him.
I see.
I mean, it's still kind of a bonehead play, but at least there was a reason behind it.
It's this one on the line, but Edmonds coming on to make the catch.
How can Edmonds be in close and at the wall
at the same time?
Every time? He's always there.
Well, he's a 7-time Gold Glover. Defense is brought to you by Pepsi, and there you see Luna now at third base. Hector Luna for Scott Rowland. Renteria, the shortstop. Womack Pujols on the right side. Langford, Edmonds, Mabry, the outfielders. Cody McKay is the catcher. Here's Craig Wilson. 4-hit day with a 2-run homer yesterday. That was one of the frustrating things yesterday. Is Craig Wilson gives the Pirates and Chris Benson a 2-0 first inning lead. And it seemed like seconds Pirates were down 5-2. Here's the home run off of Jason Marquis. Number 12 on the year. 34 runs batted in. Suppan ahead of Wilson, 0-2. Pirates signed Suppan before last year to a 1-year contract. Ended up going 10-7 in 21 starts for Pittsburgh before he was traded to Boston. Signed a 2-year deal with the Cardinals over the winter.
I'm surprised that Cardinal catcher McKay hasn't thrown the ball around a little bit. I think there was a pigeon out there. Going to be picked off.
Two and two the count now on Craig Wilson.
Somebody's dropping sunflower seeds out their back pocket.
Ah.
Pigeon found dinner.
There he is. He's trying to keep that runner at second honest, Kendall.
Sneaking in behind him.
Yeah.
He's got a bird's eye view of everything.
Oh, here we go. That stuff's not going to fly with us, Bob. Renteria tries to get him going. There he does. Bounce left side. Renteria one. That's all they'll get. Playing hard was Jack Wilson. Runners at the corners.
Off base hits. We got to get something out of this inning.
Rob Makoviak, 11 homers, 31 runs batted in.
Come on, Mac Daddy.
T-shirts this Thursday, first 10,000.
Hey, double extra larges.
They'll probably have all kinds of sizes. Be a neat promotion this Thursday night, and to boot, you get a chance to see Oliver Perez take the hill for the Bucks. He's worth the price of admission, just watching him pitch. Two balls, no strikes on the National League's Co-Player of the Week, Rob Makoviak. Womack is there. 4-6. Bucks strand 2. We've played 1 inning at PNC Park. Cardinals lead it 3-0. Coming up Wednesday night, tomorrow night, Bucks and Cardinals, game 3 of the series. It's girls' night out on the deck. First 60 fans to the deck starting at 5:30 can meet Amy Henry and Katrina Campins from the NBC hit series The Apprentice. Plus, enjoy complimentary styling services from Saks Fifth Avenue. That's 1-877-893-BUCKS, or log on to PittsburghPirates.com. Girls' night out tomorrow night. And again, the first 60 fans to the deck starting at 5:30 meet Amy Henry and Katrina Campins from the NBC series The Apprentice. 2 more games left on this homestand before a long road trip. Tomorrow night, Kip Wells on the mound for Pittsburgh against Chris Carpenter. Carpenter's 5-1. Thursday night, Oliver Perez against Woody Williams. Balls behind Cody McKay. 2 balls, no strikes. McKay batting .179. 7 hits and 39 at bats. Goes after a high fastball and grounds to short. The son of the first base coach, Cody McKay, grounds out 6-3. Now here's a guy Pirate fans know should be hitting better than he is. Jeff Suppan is 0 for 14 at the plate. Not mistaken, he was the winner of the prestigious Ken Brett Award, which Steve and I said we're going to start. Steve's going to make up an award and a trophy and give it to the Pirates' best hitting pitcher, and we named it after the late Ken Brett. Outstanding hitting pitcher of the Pirates.
What kind of trophy is it going to be?
Now he's got something up his sleeve. There, down goes Suppan.
Yeah, he didn't do anything fancy with Suppan. Just 3 fastballs, last one at the knees. Can't win a Ken Brett Trophy doing that.
No, Suppan hit .293 last year for the Pirates to win the Ken Brett Award. This guy, Vogelsong.
Is that what it's based on, batting average?
Yeah,
or?
and we got to come up with a minimum number of at-bats. We're going to see if you can help us out. What do you think it should be? Because Suppan wasn't with the club all year. We need some kind of qualifier. Strike is called on Womack.
So it's not going to be like the offensive production. It's going to be just batting it. You move a runner along with a sacrifice bunt, you get nothing.
Yeah,
for
we're
that.
looking for high average.
High average.
This is fouled off.
Just strictly.
But needs some kind of a minimum number of, obviously, plate appearances. Suppan had 41 at bats, good number last year. Oliver Perez looks like he's going to be in the running for that over the years. 0-2 on Womack. Oh, 98 on the gun. Vogelsong doesn't get a call he wanted.
60 plate appearances.
60. So Suppan wouldn't have qualified last year.
He would have if he would have stayed a Pirate all year.
Well, but he won the award, so we got to come up with a system.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be a pitcher that's here all year.
No.
So I wouldn't have gave it to him.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't here all year.
Well, then it's down to Wells and Fogg from last year. Wells hit a .191, Fogg hit .190.
I got to hit the Wells.
By a percentage point. It's now 3-2 on Womack. He was ahead of him. Now it's a full count. Slaps it out of play. We'll be talking to Team Mac tomorrow during our pregame show. Very hospitable and always willing to give his time to members of the media. The little engine that could, Tony Womack. Don't look at the on-base percentages over the years. That will not excite you. But if you watch him play every day, he can create havoc. And there is a broken bat, fly ball to right. It's a fair ball. And
There it goes.
Yep. That's a couple. Look at his on-base percentage each and every year. You would not probably want him on your club.
Well, I think he definitely had a lot of doubters when he left Pittsburgh as to the value he brings to a team. And wears a World Series ring now. So he's playing shortstop.
Huge part of the Arizona Diamondbacks World Series win in 2001.
So I guess he could play shortstop for a winning ball club, which was, I think, a knock against him.
It's hit over the head of the first baseman. Of course, that scores Womack easily as Langford will switch places with Womack, and it is 4-0 after 2 outs. Broken bat double and a line double to right.
Yeah, another thing too. Well, we're going to watch the double first, and I want to finish up the Womack stuff. Just a line drive. Ward, or excuse me, Simon did his best to keep it out of the corner. It wasn't completely that Womack value was underrated. The simple fact was that economics played a part, as it always does. And Pirates didn't think they could spend that kind of money on the player he was. Simple as that.
They knew he was going to make too much money than they thought they could afford in arbitration, so they traded him for Paul Weichert and Jason Boyd. Weichert was in the minor leagues for a little bit with the Pirates, no longer with the organization. Jason Boyd bounced around with a couple of teams. There's a liner to left. Another run will score. 5-0 St. Louis. Pujols brings in another run.
high slider.
Already 5 hits for the Cardinals, and again Spin Williams to the mound.
Yeah, no really bullets. Get the broken back double. Just that last base hit by Pujols, the line drive out into left field on that hanging breaking ball. Probably the hardest ball that's been hit off Vogelsong. Spin trying to give him some encouragement.
Roland in the first inning. Hit in the head, stayed in the game, got up right away, and eventually scored on a ground out, but Hector Luna took over defensively at third. Luna hitting .250. A couple of homers, 7 RBIs. Vogelsong gets a strike call there. Cardinals have collected 10 or more hits the last 17 games they've played here in Pittsburgh, with 32 home runs. Just feasting on Pirates pitching in this yard.
Well, this is a club too, and not to make an excuse or anything, but this is a club that feasts on a lot of different pitching all around baseball. I mean, they're an offensive powerhouse. Look up and down this lineup, and you get Langford hit second.
Luna lines out to the mound, 5-0 Redbirds. Randall Simon leads off the bottom of the second inning. Bucks trailing 5-zip. Simon, Bay, and Castillo for Pittsburgh.
Got to make some noise. We're in one of those runners in scoring position funks again. Besides getting beat up, not being able to keep the Cardinals from scoring. We're not being able to score anything.
Bucks in one of those funks, 0 for the last 22 now with runners in scoring position. Number 35, Randall Simon. Manny Sanguillen, man who made that number famous. Sangi is in the booth. I think he's dropping off some of his now world famous Sangi barbecue sandwiches. You see Sangi almost every night here at PNC Park beyond the center field wall. Sangi's barbecue, 3-1 the count.
Comfortable. He's got shorts on, tennis shoes.
Looking good. There he is.
That's how I wish I was dressed right now.
And smiling.
Got his truck driver hat on.
Sangi, we got a chance to have some fun with him on the Caravan this past winter. Sangi, one of the heroes of the 1979 World Series team. We celebrate that all year long, 25-year anniversary.
35 must make you swing at anything.
That's it. It's the number of Sangi. But he walked.
How could Randall Simon walk?
Walk. Never. Sangi says he never. He would have swung at that. He knows
You'd
it.
have hit that pitch, wouldn't
Darn
you?
right.
So let's repeat that one.
Can we?
Everybody said everybody was always asking if Justy had a better fastball than Blass, and he said, I never saw Justy throw a fastball.
I could just see David right now watching this game. He's furious. Strike is called. Steve's neighbor in Upper St. Clair, David Justy, David Ginny. Jason Bay in 19 games, coming back off the DL, hitting .300. Simon aboard, nobody out. See if this walk will lead to something. That three-pass Vogelsong allowed in the first inning led to a run.
Trying to figure out how a strike thrower, you know, like we know that Suppan is, walks Randall Simon. Well, played with Randall last year, knows that Randall swings at everything. So he's, in his mind, he's like, I'm not going to throw him a strike.
He's got to figure, and it's a pretty good assumption on his part.
He outsmarted himself. That's how you walk a guy like a Simon or a Sanguillen.
Stays 0-2 on Bay.
Figure they'll swing at anything.
was hard to intentionally walk guys like Sangi.
Manny,
Thank you, Manny. Stop by Manny's Barbecue.
You going back out?
You gonna go out there and see the
beyond the Green Monster? Is that what we call it, the Green Monster?
Yeah. Sangi reminding us that Kip Wells hit that Green Monster about halfway up that thing last year. Thanks, Manny. Manny's Barbecue, right behind that Green Monster. You'll find Sangi about every night.
Got a big, comfortable chair back there.
He'll sign autographs. and bring a camera, because you might catch him wearing a smile. And if you do, make sure you get that on film. Bay swings and misses down on strikes. We should have Chuck Tanner and Manny Sanguian in here at once and have a smile off. See if anyone, either one of those guys, could break the smile. Jose Castillo, 271 hitter. The Bucs down by 5, but only one other team in all of baseball has come from behind from 4 or more runs more often than the Pirates. The Minnesota Twins, 4 times they've done it. Pirates, Yankees, and Phillies have come back 3 times from that high a deficit. Safe. That sounded like that hit Castillo's helmet.
Yes, it did. You know, that stat you just gave is kind of like leading the league in double plays.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah,
right?
that you lead the league and coming from 4 runs back.
Right.
It kind of says something about your starting pitching a little bit. Well, no, really not that tough of a play. Bad throw, and I did hear something on the helmet.
As though the ball was in and out of the glove, too, of Pujols. The error is going to be charged to Luna. So first and second. And Ruben Mateo pinch hits for Vogelsong. A bullpen that
has been outstanding, but
getting overworked.
I know. Spen today talked about that, and that's a big concern right now.
It's why Lloyd McClendon stuck so long with Benson yesterday. He had to go as long as he did, and then really had only Mark Corey. And as McClendon will say, you know, sometimes you have to kind of suck one up and maybe sacrifice a game to get you a W the next time. And the Pirates had to use Abraham Nunez out of the bullpen on Sunday. That's how bad it's got. That's a double play ball. And just like that, the Bucs are out of it. Inning-ending DP. 2 innings down, 5-0 Cards. Pirates Baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Chrysler. Drive equals love. And by Aflac. Ask about it at work. Cardinals lead this ball game 5-0 going to the 3rd inning, and the shortest outing of the season for Ryan Vogelsong. He goes just 2, and I would imagine that he is probably concerned, as are fans and Lloyd McClendon, about how much longer. This is down the road stuff about the rotation spot, but no question McClendon will be asked that after the game. Brian Boehringer, that's what he has done in 20 appearances. Edmonds, Renteria, and Mabry. Edmonds, 2-run single in the first.
You know, the Pirates playing better will cause them, I would think, to be not as patient with some of their young guys now. It's like, hey, you know,
we can't afford to have you go out and give us 2 or 3 innings. We'd like to be patient. Ball skied up. Kendall mask off, called off by the third baseman Makoviak. And who knows what the Pirates are thinking, by the way, but there could be an option. Sometimes they do this with starters. They throw a guy in the bullpen for a while and to get things worked out. That might be an option. Sean Burnett was sent back down.
Well, I'm going to say something that is probably a little controversial. A lot of people don't agree with me. And this is a trap we've fallen in over and over again in the last 10 years.
Because you start
playing a little bit better and thinking, oh, we're closer than we are.
And that hurts the future.
And not have patience with guys that aren't doing well that you really need for the next, over the long haul. Now, I realize you can't have patience forever. And there's certain guys that have been around for a while that, you know, it's time to do away with the patience.
0-2.
But when you have a Vogelsong, you have to see what he can do for a while.
I guess the problem if you're the Pirates is that you go, I guess, again, kind of maybe devil's advocate and thinking along with them is you can't continue to deplete your bullpen. And so,
yeah, if you want to win. That's kind of my point. Ooh, nice play.
They stopped the ball, but that's all he'll do. Close play at second.
That was a great play by Bay, though.
End up being a double for Renteria. They gave it all.
He commits himself to trying to make the catch, and you really have to make plays like that when you're down by 5. He doesn't make the catch, but he gives up his body and keeps that ball in front of him. That's a 1-out triple if it goes to center field wall, which is very important. But when you're down by 5 runs, that's when you have to start making those gambles on defense.
Pirates are going to intentionally walk John Mabry.
The Cardinals, they can play conservative. They can just get the sure outs, that sort of thing. Well, now here we are down by 5. We can't play like that. You got to put guys on. You got to go for double plays.
Cody McKay on deck.
Well, what we were talking about, Greg, is if you're really bottom line, you're worrying about wins and losses right now. That changes the way you have to do your personnel. I agree with that. You got to worry about burning out your bullpen. So it's what your priority is. That's how you make your decisions. In years past, and I'm talking about, not even just recent years, even before that, we probably thought we were closer than we were and did not think of long haul. We started thinking about now.
Cody McKay fly to left. Craig Wilson 2 away. Brings up Suppan. Ryan Vogelsong 2 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, a walk, 3 strikeouts, hit a batter.
You had that shot of Dave Littlefield. You probably agree with me. Dave, I think, really does have in his mind long haul. Uh-oh.
Bowyer couldn't find it, now does, and gets Suppan. AHL Calder Cup Finals, Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins versus the Milwaukee Admirals. Game 3 Friday night at 7, Game 4 Sunday night at 5. Both will be carried on Fox Sports Net Pittsburgh. Game 1, we understand, is tonight in Milwaukee. Jason
Here
Kendall
they just got underway. Scoring at this point.
Keep you updated. Ball 1 on Jason Kendall. Infield hit in the first, extending his streak to 18 straight games. Had a 23-game streak last year. We'll begin a series next Tuesday night on the radio, Pirate Player Profile. For the next couple of months, talking with Jason Kendall. We spent about an hour with him today and covered just about every possible subject as he approaches Pirates history. He'll come soon the all-time games caught leader in Pirates history. He'll break it during the next homestand. You'll want to get your tickets for that series against the Anaheim Angels. It could come as early as that 3-game set against Anaheim, where old Mondesi comes to town. Tops this one foul. Anaheim in 15th, 16th, and 17th of this month. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Talked to Kendall about the fact that most of the guys who currently own the all-time games played record in Pirates history, the other positions, are in the Hall of Fame. As Edmonds makes the catch. Ball hit by Jason Kendall. High Trainer, the all-time games leader at third base, Hall of Famer. Hannes Wagner at short for the Pirates. Maz at second. Gus Sur is not in the Hall of Fame. Could argue maybe a case for him. Gus Sur at one time had the all-time National League record for consecutive games played. The Pirate first baseman who was in the Bucco uniform in the 30s. And the 3 outfielders, all-time games played in Pirates history. Roberto Clemente, Max Carey, and Paul Wainer, all Hall of Famers. Jack Wilson singled in the first. Rusty Kuntz ducks out of the way. Close shave, he says to the fans. Need runners and a couple of clutch hits here.
This is when Suppan can get really tough, when he doesn't have to worry too much about solo home runs, that sort of thing, and he just gets in a little nice groove of throwing a mixture of pitches for strikes. Don't have to worry about always putting something right on the edge of the strike zone.
Roll to Renteria, 2 outs.
And if you get Suppan in a situation, Greg, where he's always trying to make pitchers pitches, and he's behind, he can't give up any more runs, you can get him to fall behind in the count a little bit. Get him in some 3-1 counts, some 2-0 counts. But I doubt if he's going to let that happen now.
He's up 5-0. He's given up just a couple of hits, plus a walk.
He likes to be aggressive, and this just plays into his strength, going right at guys, throwing strike 1, strike 2.
At the time of the trade last year, he led all the Pirate starters in wins, starts, innings pitched. Dealt July 31st to Boston.
Winner of the Ken Brett Award.
Yes.
Throw that in.
Winner of the Ken Brett
Is
Award.
that in the?
It will be. We'll get it in the media guide.
Okay. I interviewed him for Where Are They Now on the radio last week. I wish I would have known about him winning that award.
Well, we'll play the Cardinals a few more times.
Would have got his feelings on it.
Back. We'll get back to you on that.
Cardinals are a good team for Where Are They Now?
Yes. Suppan, Womack, Sanders, Tavares, Lincoln is on the DL.
Mitchell Page.
Yep. Hitting coach. Tony La Russa, minor league player in the Pirates organization. There's a seeing eye single for Darrell Ward. He extends his streak to 9 straight games. He's on for Craig Wilson. Pirates leader in runs, doubles, homers, RBIs, hit by pitches, walks, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage. Craig Wilson. Toward left center, Edmonds coming on for the final out. Through 3, it's the Cardinals 5, Pirates nothing.
High fly.
Trivia question: which Pirates pitcher holds the team record for strikeouts in a game? What is that?
Why is the moon different
What's
colors
going on
and
there?
different
What is
spots? Whoa. Somebody getting in our shot. That's what it is.
Shadow puppets or something. What's that now, Bob? Oh, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Why is the moon different colors, like gray spots, light colors?
Good question. Boy, it looks nice, though, I'll tell you, from this vantage point. It is just settled right between a couple of the taller buildings in the skyline at Pittsburgh. Rolled to second. 4-3. There it is. How about that?
Yeah, right there in between a couple of the taller buildings.
Well, it
You're
is
right.
the Mellon Building, USX. Pretty cool. Gets prettier and prettier as the summer goes on, doesn't it?
I'm going to say Blyleven.
What?
That would be my guess.
Came out of nowhere.
I don't know the answer to this. I'm just taking
I
a
don't
guess.
either. I don't either.
I mean, Blyleven is like top, what is he, about 8th or even higher than that, like maybe 6th on the all-time list in strikeouts. Decent guess. Bob Veal came
I was
to
thinking
mind.
Bob Veal. That's who I was going to guess.
Oh, Sangy just made a guess. He says Justy.
Oh, you know. That Bob walk, he crazy. Liner towards center. Base hit. Langford on base for the third straight time. And it's 7 hits for the Cardinals.
You know, sometimes we get fooled sitting up here at high. Yeah, that was a catchable ball. You know, that kind of plays right into what I was talking about earlier. But if you're up 5-0, you know, play defense. But if you're down 5-0, I think that was more of a catchable ball than the one last inning that he dove for. But hard to tell up here so high. When you're looking down, you don't know how high that line drive actually was.
Ball to strike on Pujols. He has singled twice, driven in a run, scored a run. In addition to all the great numbers for Pujols, for a power hitter, he's one of the tougher guys in baseball to strike out. Hit well to left center. Deepest part of the ballpark. And gone.
Bounced right on top of the bullpen fence.
16 homers for Albert Pujols. His 12th here at PNC Park. 7-0 St. Louis.
A hanging breaking ball, middle of the plate, belt high.
Kendall calls time. 16 homers now for Pujols, 38 runs batted in. Talking about the Cardinals and what they've done here at PNC Park, and Pujols has been the offensive leader. He has a lifetime batting average at PNC Park of .402. 45 hits and 112 runs batted in this ballpark. A dozen homers. Racing down the line is Luna. He's retired 4-3.
We should trade for that guy. He hit so well here.
Yeah. Wouldn't take much to get him. This is a ballpark, of course, supposedly it favors the left-hand batter, otherwise known as a pretty good pitcher's yard. Pujols has been phenomenal, of course, since he came into the league. There's a base hit by a left-hand batter, his second of the night, Jim Edmonds. Nine hits for the Cardinals. Edmonds 2 for 3 tonight. The Cardinals came in as a team hitting .269, 7th in the league. Strike to Renteria. The Missouri native Brian Boehringer in his second inning of relief for Ryan Vogelsong.
Might have to pitch a while tonight.
Tries to protect that bullpen best he can. Did it yesterday. Just used a starter, one reliever.
Hoping to get some innings out of his starter tonight. Didn't get it. By the way, before the game, he and Spin Williams, Bruce Tanner met for a while with Chris Benson behind closed doors in the manager's office. Benson went 5 2/3 yesterday, gave up 8 runs, 6 earned on 11 hits. They had a long meeting, he and McClendon, Spin Williams, and Bruce Tanner. His line. It's surprising to see the earned run averages of these guys, these starters. Benson's 564. Fogg 690. Vogelsong before tonight 747. It's 8:08 now. Liner towards center. Catch made. Head to the bottom of the 4th. They add to it. 2-run homer from Pujols. Makoviak leads off. Bucks need to get to work here. Down 7. Makoviak bounced to the right side of the infield his first at bat against Jeff Suppan. Back in Pittsburgh. And a low strike called to Makoviak. Simon follows, then Bay. Makoviak and Darrell Ward, co-players of the week in the National League. Look at Cody McKay set up inside. That's exactly where Suppan's pitch came. 4-3. 1 out. Back to the Aflac trivia question. Which Pirates pitcher holds the team record for strikeouts in a game? My guess, Bob Veal. Bob Walk's guess, doesn't matter. Bob Veal is correct. 16 strikeouts.
No, I gave Veal
In a
an honorable
4-0 win over the Phillies at
mention.
Forbes Field, June 1st, 1965. He also struck out 16 in a 12 innings in a 16-inning game, September 30th, 1964.
You did not mention Bob Veal until after I brought his name up.
I allowed you a guess, and then you threw out 2 or 3 more names.
No,
and
one
I
more
said
name.
I was going to
One more
guess
name.
Veal. You're like Blash. You throw 8,000 things out there, and sure, one of them's going to stick, and you look like a genius.
I said Y11, but you know, could be Veal.
Could be
And then you
Veal,
said-
could be Friend, could be Candelaria, might be me, might be Blash.
No, the only person I thought could be was Justin.
Well, that's right.
And that actually came from Manning when he was up there.
That was his guess.
That was his guess.
Simon is retired. He lines out to second. Hey, look at this. The Bob Walk fan club.
It's a throwback jersey.
Nice of Bob to give
Oh,
away
I like
those
that a
shirts.
lot,
Bob actually
yeah,
went out and had that done for all of his fans. He gave these shirts away, so that's kind of neat of Bob.
I'd trade those shirts for coffee.
Very nice. Classic.
Where is that guy? Oh, I've seen him. Yeah, well, so
Well, now, last time Steve saw a guy with a Blast jersey, he bought him a beer. Ball 1 on Jason Bay.
I'll buy that guy 2 beers. How's that?
We'll top him.
bright gold shirt.
On a strike on Jason Bay. That's in there for a strike.
He gave up on it.
All right. See you in Houston, Jack. That is great. Those guys are going to get Jack Wilson. Hope you help them out. All the ballots, they're going to stuff those ballots. See if we can't vote Jack Wilson in. Don't forget about Craig Wilson, Jason Kendall when you vote on PittsburghPirates.com, or when you come out to the ballpark, get those ballots. It would be, I just think, awfully special if you could vote in 1 or 2 or 3 Pirate players into the Minute Maid Park, the All-Star game. Be a huge achievement, not only for the player, but for the fans in this town.
They takes the fastball at the knees. Suppan still painting.
Welcome back to PNC Park. Time for our Corona Miles from the Ordinary. On this date in 1979, the Pirates were miles from the ordinary at Three Rivers Stadium, actually. Going into the bottom of the ninth, they trailed by 3 runs against the Padres. Omar Moreno and Tim Foley single and Dave Parker homers to tie it at 4. Then with 2 out, Willie Stargell gets a hit. Bill Garner doubles and Ed Ott walks with the bases loaded. Lee Lacy then pinch hits for Dale Barrett, and Raleigh Fingers walks home the winning run. So the Pirates, with the dramatic comeback 25 years ago tonight, maybe they can do it again tonight. They'll sure need it. Greg and Bob, back up to you.
Pat, thanks very much. And yeah, you're right. They do need it. They're down 7, and thanks to Pat for bringing us some of those great moments 25 years ago. Rob King and the others at Fox Sports Net, looking back on a memorable season. John Grabo makes his 25th appearance, his rookie year. Redmond now in center. Redmond will bat 9th, which is due up 2nd in the bottom of this inning. Mabry flies out to center. Boehringer goes 2 innings. He's up 4 hits to 2 runs. On Cody McKay.
Sure was nice having those 3 lefties in that bullpen for a short time there.
Can't believe it won't be long before Gonzalez gets back here. I mean, that guy was blowing people away.
Yeah, and as well as that worked out,
whew,
I mean, that's got to be in the long-term plans.
You can understand if Gonzalez was just a little puzzled about his return after just, again, I mean, 2-0 in 4 games, 5 Ks, didn't walk a batter in just under 4 innings, 1 hit. Two and 2. Of course, Mark Corey did a heck of a job yesterday. 3 1/3 innings of 2-hit ball. Didn't walk a batter and struck out 3.
Yeah, he put up some real nice AAA numbers.
Bob walk. They're writing in Bob walk. He's a write-in. How about that? How about if they write in walk? But don't ruin the ballots, though, guys. Still punch out Jack Wilson. Don't let those go to waste. I mean, it's okay if you write his name on there.
How about that?
2 outs. It's classic night this Thursday. Enjoy a traditional ballpark atmosphere reminiscent of Forbes Field. We're going to go back to the 50s this Thursday night. PittsburghPirates.com on the World Wide Web, or log on to PittsburghPirates.com, or call 877-893-BUCKS. Classic night this Thursday here at PNC Park. All-star ballot there. They had him played perfectly. Jeff Suppan hugging the line in right, and for the first time, the Cardinals go down 1-2-3. 7-0. I won't say that the Pirates are getting smoked by the Cardinals, but this is PCC at PNC night. The Pittsburgh Cigar Company bought a bunch of tickets tonight, and there's Craig Sipp on the phone. He helps run the shop for Jeff and the boys on Perry Highway. Having a cigar out on the deck, out beyond the bleachers. That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Looks very good.
Great night.
What a great place to be right now, next to Manny's and barbecue action. Could be filling out, helping my buddies out there fill out
the ballots.
To get myself to Houston.
Yeah.
And smoking a cigar. That's not too far from your casa, is it?
No, or yours.
Or mine.
You and I have made some stops there, and
Yes,
nothing
we
for
have.
free, Dennis Galloway. Believe me. These guys bought tickets as a group tonight. 2-0 the count on Castillo. I know Chuck Stroud from Warren, PA is here somewhere. Got a note from him. Haven't seen him in a long time. Great Pirate booster up in Warren, PA. Keep saying the Pirates got to go to work. But they really have to go to work. Down 7 in the 5th. Castillo reached on an error in the 2nd. Short night for Ryan Vogelsong. 2 innings, 5 runs for the Bucco starter. And Suppan gets Castillo. It's his 3rd strikeout.
Excuse me, we're going to go inside with that. Kind of missed his spot, threw it down and away. Still worked out okay. Cardinals with a classic logo across the front of their uniform. Always thought that was one of the nicer ones in baseball.
It's pretty cool.
For the bird feeder.
Redmond bounces one to Womack, and 2 outs.
Nice high hop right in front of the bird feeder.
Redmond's first plate appearance tonight, bounces to the right side. Brings up the top of the order. And Jason Kendall, he has extended his hitting streak to 18 straight games.
I can't wait to hear this series you have with Jason.
I'll
It's
tell you,
going to be very interesting to me.
I have not heard him open up and spend that long a time with. I mean, he was. I really appreciate an hour of this guy's time to just sit and talk about everything.
What are we talking about? A 6-parter?
At least.
At least.
We might go well into August with this. Tuesday nights on Pirate Player Profile. Starting next Tuesday. Former battery mate Jeff Suppan.
Kendall always feels that you know, he has a little bit of advantage on catching, or excuse me, hitting guys he's caught before. He's told me that in St. Louis when getting ready to face Suppan then. He didn't use the word advantage though. He talked about comfort level and knowing what the pitchers are going to do, what do they like to do in certain situations.
3-1 on him. And came into the league in 1996. He's been the regular backstop from day one. Rookie year. Never played above Double-A. First round choice in 1992, the 23rd overall pick that year. I argued with him, Bob, about managing. He said he could see himself managing someday, and that ball dropped by Luna.
I've gotten into a couple conversations with him now this year about that.
It was the second error on Luna of the game.
Started out just joking around with him, but I think he's starting to take it seriously the more we bring it up.
I know it. He says, you asked me 5 years ago, I would have said no way. But he believes he can get 25 guys to play hard.
If you asked him, I think last year, he might have said no way. To me, he's changed his opinion on this a bunch in just 12 months. And I think it's a reflection that he's starting to enjoy coming to the ballpark again.
Weekly hit to first by Jack Wilson, and the error doesn't hurt. Suppan tossing a shutout. Beat that bridge. Still water a bit high, I guess.
You think that's it, huh?
Your buddy, Captain Brian Krug, probably deciding not to risk it. Boy, just unbelievable sights around this ballpark. Incredible. Spectacular view of this city.
This isn't tonight, especially.
Yeah,
the lights, the moon, the clouds.
Looks so clear. That's a cool night.
The only thing that
just don't show the score.
Yeah.
Can you use your
keep the camera off the scoreboard for a
teleprompter at
while.
all? Can you go to your telestrator, just erase that top line?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can make some adjustments to that.
Thank
score.
you.
That would be very easy to do.
Maybe put an 8 on Pirate side. 2-2 on Womack. And struck out, doubled, grounded out, homered yesterday. There you go. Much better. Whew. Thank you.
Womack desperate to get on down by a run. Trying to get something started for the Expos.
The Expos.
Oh, the Expos.
We've even changed the name of the team. Might have better luck against them. The Cardinals are on their way to winning for the 20th time in 26 games in PNC Park. I'm not talking Busch Stadium. They were 5-2 here last year, 7-3 in 2002, and in the first year of PNC Park, they were 6-1.
Why did I say the Expos? I'm sitting here trying to think, how did that get in my mind?
Now, what do you think?
I can't even remember the last time we played the Expos. Seems like about 10 years ago. They still in the National League?
Yeah. I don't know why you would think that Womack would be an Expo.
Yeah.
I saw him.
Good breaking ball. Ravo does away with the Expo leadoff hitter.
Yeah. And now Langford.
Expos.
0-1. Cardinals have won 11 of the last 13 games they've played here in Pittsburgh. The Pirates' ERA against the Cardinals in those 13 games, well over 10. 2 strikes. Well, that doesn't look real good.
That's about an inning late if it's a big one. Use that in the 4th. I think it's just dark clouds, all no rain in it.
Yeah, right. Strike 3 call. Graybo
Throwing them down.
trying to put a positive spin on this game. 5 up, 5 down for this 25-year-old.
Just put a positive spin on the baseball a couple of times this inning.
Graybo, the California native, 3rd round pick in 1997 by the Pirates. Albert Pujols. This in the 4th inning off Brian Boehringer. Number 16 leads the majors in home runs.
There was actually an article when we were in St. Louis last week about, don't get down on Pujols because he's off to a bad start.
Find the writer of that story.
Well, no, he was trying to be positive. I guess there had been some negative things
Gee.
written about what's wrong with Pujols. At the time, he was only hitting about 280. So
yeah, had only driven in 30 runs and only had 10 homers. Guy is just phenomenal. Drives this one into the gap in right center. 2-out double. He's 4 for 4.
needs a triple.
Yep.
One of the things that makes him such a great hitter is he's not up there just trying to pull the ball down the 3rd base line all the time. Drives it all over.
Play by Hector Luna. Pujols at .329 in his Rookie of the Year season, 2001. Hit 37 homers, drove in 130. Next year hit .314 with 34 homers, drove in 127. Last year led the league in hitting, batted .359, 43 homers, 124 runs batted in. We often talk about how difficult it is these days to even consider a guy being able to win the Triple Crown. But that guy's a legitimate, probably legitimate candidate every year, if anybody will ever win it again.
I really, really thought Larry Walker
was
going to do it over the last, ever since he went to Colorado. I thought this is going to happen for him. He couldn't stay healthy enough.
No. Be a tough play from Makoviak. 3rd. Field single for Luna.
Pujols came a little too far around 3rd base. Jack Wilson was sneaking in behind him. Watch Pujols. He's going to round the bag. Oh, Kendall telling him to stop it. See how he quickly got back. Jack was coming, but you know what Jack would have done when he fielded that ball? That's the exact kind of play he's always thinking about. He's never going to give up on anything. I can't get the hitter. Maybe I can get somebody else.
Funny, the exact same thing happened yesterday on a ball hit by Pujols with Renteria at second. It preceded the home run by Roland, but Renteria rounded 3rd, and Jack snuck in there, and Makoviak didn't turn around. You're right, Jack Wilson always thinking, I'm going to get an out somewhere. Edmonds has 2 of the 11 hits tonight for the Cardinals. So their streak is extended to 18 straight games here in Pittsburgh. They've collected at least 10 or more hits. Ball going back to the backstop, and another run will score. A wild pitch.
I haven't had too many wild pitches this year.
You're talking about Kendall and how he's been playing.
Yeah, we've pointed out that statistic. We want to keep doing it, talking about Kendall having a Gold Glove type season, and it's a big number to study. Just 7 wild pitches thrown by Pirates pitchers, the fewest in the National League.
You didn't get out too quick on that one, but you think Kendall is maybe a little tired tonight?
Could be. He's caught every game with Coda on the DL. 8-0 St. Louis. MLB.com Game Day Audio lets you listen to every Pirates game online. Sign up at PittsburghPirates.com, where baseball is always on. Lanny and Steve in the audio booth. You think they're having any more fun?
As much fun as we're having.
You know, it would be kind of cool to ask Rick to do if we could hook this up at any time during the course of the game. We could just join their audio.
Look at this.
Whoa, my! There goes the shutout. Darryl Ward, a towering home run. Taking a ride on the D train. Number 7. Bucks are on the board.
I thought that one was going to go a lot further than that. I'll take it. We're on the board. The shutout's gone, but that ball looked crushed coming off the bat. I thought that one might get a little wet, not on the fly, but possibly a bounce-in shot. Suppan, remember I said he doesn't have to worry about solo home runs. Just go after him. Fastball down the middle. He's up by 8 runs. Occasionally you're going to get burnt, but that's the way you get a complete game, is you also get the quick outs. And when you give up the home run on the fastball down the middle, you start the next guy out with a good breaking ball.
Yeah.
What are we going to say? Something about scoring runs or something?
No, we'll show the Darryl Ward home run again here. Pitch is inside. For each run the Pirates score this season, Safe Auto donates $5 to the Pittsburgh chapter of the Special Olympics. You're safe at home with 1-800-SAFE-AUTO.
Ward and Son Cycle Shop.
Yeah. It's Thursday night. Be one of the first 10,000 fans at the ballpark. Nice play by Hector Luna to rob Craig Wilson of a base hit. Thursday night, the T-shirts, Ward and Son Cycle Shop or Mac Daddy. You'll get one of the two if you're the first 10,000 fans Thursday night. Play by Luna.
Pretty nice range.
Darryl Ward now with 7 home runs. This just his 19th game as a Pirate. Darryl Ward heading for the cycle in St. Louis, extending his hitting streak to 9 straight games here tonight. Lined out to center in the first, single to center in the third, and towering home run here in the 6th.
That ball just far enough in on Kobiak's hands.
Oh, big bender. Kobiak down on strikes. 4th K for Suppan. 2 outs in the 6th inning.
Good curveball. Bad spot. Bad spot if you're a hitter.
Go down to the end in between innings. Go down to the end in between innings. I'll sign it. Top row, all the way to the end. Right here at the end of the press box.
Randall Simon.
I don't know if can the same pitcher walk Randall twice in the
Nope.
same game?
Not this one.
Fastball in. Can't be done.
4-3 after the home run by Darrell Ward. Suppan gets a ground ball, a strikeout, and a bouncer to second. Darrell Ward gets the Bucks on the board, but they trail by 7 runs. 1. Cardinals lead it in the first inning. They loaded the bases with 1 out against starter Ryan Vogelsong, and Jim Edmonds got the Redbirds on the board, scoring Langford and Pujols. They scored another in that inning, 2 more in the second. And in the fourth, with a man on against Brian Boehringer, Albert Pujols hit his 16th home run of the year. It was 8-0 after 6 in the bottom half. You just saw Darrell Ward lift his 7th home run of the season. The right center field bleachers to get the Pirates on the scoreboard. But another disappointing start for a Pirate starter. Brings up Renteria, the 2-0 pitch from Graybo. It was caught in right center field by Redmond. With just 3 more shots, it's looking as though they're going to have to try and settle for a split of the 4-game series, which they would take against these tough Redbirds. Girls' night out on the deck tomorrow night, starting at 5:30. Kip Wells against Chris Carpenter. All kinds of stuff happening Thursday. Oliver Perez on the mound for Pittsburgh. T-shirts given away to the first 10,000 fans. You'll get one that says either Ward and Son Cycle Shop, commemorating the Darrell Ward cycle, or Mac Daddy for Rob Makoviak's incredible doubleheader heroics Friday night. So it goes 6-3, and it's also a throwback night this Thursday.
Yeah, Greg, you were talking about having to satisfy for us. Right now, they would take just 1 win against these guys in this ballpark.
Yeah, that's what it's gotten to.
Yep. It has not been pretty with the Cardinals here at PNC Park.
Second time tonight, the Redbirds go down 1-2-3. Pirates, 3 more shots to score 7. Welcome back. 8-1 Cardinals, bottom of the 7th. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Chris Steins pinch hits for John Graybo, who throws 3 strong innings, gives up a run, strikes out 3. Roll it up the first baseline. Suppan will make the easy play. Thought about tagging and then tosses to first. Steins is out, number 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Solomon Torres will be the 4th pitcher to go tonight for Pittsburgh.
This is exactly what Mac didn't want to happen.
Having to go deep into the bullpen. Vogelsong, just 2 innings tonight, 5 runs. Boehringer, 2 innings, 2 runs. Graybo, 3 innings, gives up a run. Castillo has reached on an error and struck out. The home plate umpire tonight, Ron Polpa, has given these pitchers the low strike. Say inside 2-1.
Yeah, the further you get into a one-sided ball game like this, yeah, it's not a conscious thing the umpires try to do, but the plate does get a little larger. The strike zone gets big.
That's hit well to left center field. Edmonds on his horse, and it is going to be off the wall. A Castillo has to hurry as he sees the Edmonds arm shown off there.
Castillo should have been in the second base a little sooner than that. Kind of surprised that Edmonds didn't make that catch. He catches all of those, doesn't he?
Sure seems like it.
To see him get back there and not glove one is a little odd. Looks like he had it. He looked like he had it measured. It was offline. He doesn't make those mistakes.
Tyke Redmond in his first at bat grounded out. Did not start in center field. Jason Bay was there at the start of the ball game. Redmond out there, part of a double switch.
I sure hope the Pirates can get a split out of this Cardinal series. I got a feeling things aren't going to be a walk in the park when we get to Chicago.
Oh, that could be a battle.
It might be turn out to be a real battle out on the field.
Literally. Mark Pryor makes his debut this year off the disabled list on Friday. And of course, with all the ruckus about all the Pirates being hit by pitches. For Suppan, just the second time he's walked a batter. And that will get the bullpen phone ringing. 8-1 St. Louis. Jason Kendall on base twice, reached on an infield single in the first. He flied to center in the third, and an error was charged to Hector Luna in the fifth. Kendall now with 2 hits in 14 career at-bats against Jeff Suppan.
Talking earlier, Greg, about Kendall maybe being a little tired. We saw him not get out all that far to try and block that ball earlier, and he's just smothered everything this year.
I asked Dave Littlefield in the radio show on Sunday how long the Pirates can go with just Kendall as the primary catcher, because they don't want Craig Wilson to start any games there if they can avoid it. Littlefield said until somebody gets hurt. Kendall wants to be out there every day, and he's going to be.
Until somebody gets hurt.
Who? Well, not wanting somebody to get hurt, but as far as moves are concerned.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Unless they can put somebody on the DL, they're not going to bring another back.
2-1 the count on Kendall.
Well, what happens when Coda's ready to come off the deal?
Maybe they.
If nobody is hurt by then, they're going to send him down.
Maybe they make a decision then, which could be a while. At that time, maybe they change their minds and make the move. Ray King is up in the bullpen for St. Louis. Left-hander, and he's ready to face Darrell Ward if it gets to that point. 2-2 on Kendall. 2 on, 1 out. Bucks down 8-1. Oh, Kendall might have gotten the call there. The Pirates 0 for their last 23 with runners in scoring position. 3-2 on Kendall. Well, as we say, is in an incredible opening season home run drought, the longest of his career. It's now into its 48th game. Into center field. Edmonds makes the play. Castillo will tag and go to third. 2 outs. Jack Wilson has singled, grounded out twice. Pitching coach Dave Duncan.
You know, I saw today the Cardinal bullpen. Greg, I was out there talking to Spin during Perez's sideline, and you know, I can't remember now. I don't even know if I noticed which Cardinal pitcher was doing his sideline work, but there must have been 6 other pitchers all kind of standing around. Maybe that's 6. I'll say 4 other pitchers, and I think Duncan was out there, and of course you got your bullpen catchers, so maybe 6 or 7 total Cardinals in the bullpen watching the one guy throw, and everybody was kind of talking and discussing what he was doing, and it looked like they were working a little bit on some. Talking about leg kicks or something. It was something I hadn't seen before.
The high strike call on Jack Wilson. Suppan has gone 6 innings each of his last 2 starts. Went 8 innings in a loss to the Cubs May the 1st. It's his longest outing of the season. So went 7 2/3 against the Expos in a win. One ball, 2 strikes on Jack Wilson with 2 outs, 2 on. Maybe the last hurrah for Pittsburgh if they're going to have any chance to come back. Need it right here from Jack Wilson. Extend
well,
this inning.
not only from Jack, but you need a couple more hits and somebody put one over the fence. I mean, you're down by 7 last couple innings. You got to go to work in a hurry, and somebody's got to hit a long ball with people on base.
Lays off that ball in the dirt. 2-2. Former prospect in the Cardinals organization, Jack Wilson at the plate. And this will do it. Edmonds makes the catch. Through 7 innings, it's 8-1 Cardinals.
Back at PNC Park with a reminder about what's coming up right after the broadcast on Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. Rob King and Brent Stover in studio. Greg and Bob and I will be back here to wrap things up between the Pirates and the Cardinals. The Baby Penguins opening up Calder Cup final action in Milwaukee. Highlights of that one, as well as Clark Hagens, the Steelers linebacker, with very high expectations for this fall. That's all coming up right after the game on Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. Greg, Bob, we'll see you after the game.
Okay, Pat, thank you. Look forward to it as Jeff Suppan will lead things off here in the 8th inning. Be followed by Tony Womack and Ray Lankford. Solomon Torres will come on to pitch the 8th after Grabo went 3, gave up a run. Suppan 0 for 3 tonight, but he's done just fine on the mound for St. Louis. I'd like to see Brennan Gardner before the game. His 2 children involved in the ceremonial first pitch pre-game. Bounced to short. And Wilson will throw out Suppan 6-3.
You always want to be 0 for 4 when you start a game. That's kind of a goal. 0 for 4, you've got a pretty good ball game.
Torres now facing Tony Womack. Before the game, the Pirates presented a check to the Gardner family. Sean Gardner Memorial Fund. The Pirates front office played a softball tournament in the past couple of weeks and raised $3,500 to the Memorial Fund. Sean, our good buddy, passed away last year. Longtime member of the Pirates front office. And his dad, Larry, and mom, Natalie, his girlfriend, Karen, other brother, Tim, on hand tonight. Guests of the Bucks. Fouled out of play by Womack.
A great guy and still very much missed.
Yeah, we still think about him every day. Buddy Sean. 0-2 the count on from Solomon Torres on Tony Womack. I understand, by the way, a strike 3 call on Womack that Sean's father played in the softball tournament, Bob, and get this, and he is an outstanding softball player. He still plays to this day. And his team was up by 1 run, bottom of the 7th. They played 7 innings. The opposing team had the bases loaded.
See, the thing.
This is Kevin McClatchy's team.
In that kind of a situation, the thing you hope for is a double play, but you can't get a double play in a softball game. It's impossible.
Impossible. You ever heard of anybody hitting into a game-ending double play? Well, Steve Blass was the batter, so you know, heck, all he had to do is get the ball through the infield, just get a run off. Blass hit into a game-ending double play. Bounced McClatchy's team out of the tournament. Bottom of the 8th, not many highlights for the Pirates tonight. This guy provided 1. Led off the 6th inning with his 7th home run of the year. The only run against former Pirate Jeff Suppan. McKay set up way inside.
How many games has Darryl Warren played for us?
18.
18 games. He's got 7 home runs and 19 RBIs. He's making the most of a new life, a new chance.
For sure. Tonight he is lined out to center, singled and hit that home run, so he's got a hitting streak going of 9 straight. And again, if you come out Thursday night, one of the first 10,000 fans, you'll get a Ward and Son Cycle Shop t-shirt or a Mac Daddy t-shirt. Way up and in.
Well, you know, I can see why that was so far up and in. Did you see where McKay's glove was?
You know, I said that last pitch. It's unbelievable. He said so right under his armpit.
That was not. That was behind him. That was incredible. Well, let's look at it again. Look at McKay's where he's giving the target. Look at that. That's behind him.
And he's hit. And the Pirate batters lead the league in hit batter. It's intentional, obviously.
It wasn't.
That's what they wanted.
It's intentional.
Obvious.
Yes, it was. You remember the other night, there was nothing intentional, and we had a big problem.
Yeah.
This, you know, the whole time he was setting up behind him. All 3 pitches. Just keep throwing in there until you hit him.
4 pitches.
4 pitches.
Yep.
That was slowly. You know, I mean, it's 8-1, 8th inning. Doesn't.
Guy hit a home run.
Yeah.
Hit the ball hard 3 times. Greg Wilson.
Was that a 3-0 pitch?
Yep.
Oh, shame on Suppan for taking 4 pitches to get him.
Yeah.
But that is kind of the way the game is played. I'm not being critical here.
Right.
I'm just saying it's just funny the way umpires handle situations nowadays.
Different umpires handle things differently,
yeah,
obviously,
totally differently.
too.
But
You know, this is kind of old school baseball here. You hit our star in the head, and we're going to hit your guy later on.
A shot into center field, 2 aboard with nobody out. Exactly.
And then our guy walks down to first. It's over.
It's taken care of.
It's over with.
The other day, it was a fill-in umpire, Jack Samuels, who, in some people's opinion, really didn't handle things.
Was that working with you that day? No. I went crazy. I don't know. I might have went overboard on it, but I mean that was just a ridiculous situation that he got himself into.
Jeff Suppan will exit. Ray King will come on. Left-hander to face Makoviak and Simon. The Pirates have 2 aboard here in the 8th, down 8-1. Bottom of the 8th inning. Coors Light, what's on tap tomorrow? Bucks Cards, game 3 of the series. 7:05 here on Fox Sports Net. Get you going with Savern on Sports Beat at 6:30. Kip Wells against Chris Carpenter. Game 3 of the series. Wells 3-4 on the year. Carpenter 5-1. Wells is going to get on a roll starting tomorrow night. Mark it. Here is Rob Makoviak.
Here we come, Cincinnati.
There you go. Strike 1.
Go ahead, Greg.
Nice sign. Mac whack, tally whack. Let's go, Makoviak. I like it.
Give that dog a bone.
That's right. Two on Makoviak. Ray King's numbers. Former Brewer, Brave. Makoviak has struggled against lefties this year. He strikes out looking. Really, all the Pirates are, just about all of them, faring much better against righties than they are lefties. It's unbelievable.
Anything to be proud of.
And you can look up and down the roster, see what the Pirates are doing against righties as opposed to lefties. Jason Bay hits .326 against righties, .133 against lefties. Castillo, .295 against righties, .207 against lefties. Makoviak, .298 against righties, .143 against lefties. Jack Wilson, .373 against righties, .256 against lefties. Bucks will not see a left-handed starter this series. On Randall Simon. Walked, lined out, and grounded out. Pirates now 0 for their last 26 with runners in scoring position. 0 for 5 tonight. And 0 for 7 tonight. And that snaps that string. Station to station here. Down by 7 runs.
Does that count if you don't score a run?
Yeah. A hit with a runner in scoring position.
Even if you don't score a run?
Yeah. It's a base hit. Bases loaded. Bobby Hill will pinch hit.
And there it is, coming over the PA announcement. It's official.
Jose Mesa going to get some work for the Pirates. Julian Tavares starts warming for the Cardinals. Bobby Hill done a good job in this role, getting 276 overall.
.333 as a pinch hitter. Just 8 at-bats as a right-hand hitter this season, 2 for 8. Ball 1. Let's make it interesting here. Three balls and a strike. Popped it up. Playable. Infield fly rule called. Catch made by Pujols.
Where this pitch is. I was a little bit surprised at him swinging 3-1. King looking like he's having some control problems. But it looked like it was a good pitch to hit down in the middle of the plate. That was a quick, short message. Very one-way conversation.
Ball 1. Two and 0. Bases loaded, Ward at third, Wilson at second, Simon at first. Down a bunch.
Four or five bloops and a blast.
Yeah. Fly to right, and Mabry makes the catch. Bucks lead. 3 more. Back at PNC Park. What do we have here? We've seen all kinds of T-shirts and signs.
A lot of homemade stuff.
Yeah. Greg Wilson fans, I guess, huh? Yep.
36. Jose Mesa's numbers. They are very, very good, obviously. Jose hasn't been able to build on those save numbers. Win games with walk-off home runs and get the closer involved.
That's right. Well, here is Albert Pujols. He's 4 for 4.
Looking for a triple.
Yep. Triple shy of the cycle. Two singles, a homer, a double. 3 runs scored. Now with 16 home runs on the season. Leads all of baseball. Manny Ramirez, the Red Sox, has hit 14 home runs. Leads the junior circuit. Hits this hard to right. Off the wall. Won't get 3 out of it, but he is 5 for 5 and a double for Pujols.
He was hoping for one of those crazy bounces. Crazy hop. Mason throws him a fastball, and again, he's not trying to pull the ball all the time. He drives it any place he thinks. Up and away, right center gap. Pitch him in, that's when he pulls it. He'll be out of this one. Kind of an obvious move with the game out of hand.
So Taguchi pinch runs.
Don't want to get that guy hurt. Give him a little bit of a rest just to play every day. It's another one of the bad things not having a backup catcher. You couldn't take Kendall out of this game if you wanted to. If you wanted to give him a rest. Normally, you'd probably see a backup catcher in there right now catching these last couple innings. Well, they came in for Roland very early in the game. Cautionary. Roland getting hit in the helmet.
So the Cardinals will beat the Pirates 8-3 yesterday, collecting 13 hits. Lead this one 8-1. They've got a dozen hits. 5 of them from Pujols, who had a 5-hit game against the Pirates here at PNC Park May 23rd last year.
Not to dip that bat. Loop out of the swing.
Luna, Rule 5 draft pickup by the Cardinals from the Cleveland Indians organization. We should find out soon if the Pirates are going to get Jose Bautista back. He's designated for assignment a week ago by the Baltimore Orioles. He clears waivers. Bucks will be offered him back. Absolutely take him back. Third base prospect. 3-2 on Hector Luna.
They get him back for
Half the price.
half the price, whatever it is nowadays that they got for him. You can buy the player back for half price.
I think it's still 50 grand. I think it's still 50. So you get it back for 25.
Been that forever.
I know. Sharply hit into left field. Kenda will hold the runner at third.
It was 50 grand when gas was 30 cents a gallon. I think they need to make an adjustment on that.
Don't suggest it or they will. Surprised they haven't yet. Well, another pinch hitter now. Roger Cedeno bats for Edmonds. "13 more hits for the Cardinals."
Think about it. They should raise that up a little. Make it a little riskier for the
Yeah,
team that
that's
takes
true.
the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, what kind of a risk is it now? It's going to cost you $25,000 if you're wrong.
Good point. Yeah.
These clubs that raided the Pirates, they should have to be paying a much steeper penalty than they did.
And as you suggest, it was a bit steeper 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's when it was 50 grand.
Get a good shortstop for 50 grand back then.
Mm-hmm. Two and one on Cedeno. Pirates infield look to get two. Get outs, regroup, and hope to come back and get a W tomorrow with Kip Wells against Chris Carpenter. Three and one on the pinch hitter, Cedeno. Edmonds was 2 for 4.
And the bullpen of the Pirates is going to get going.
Brother.
Again. Thank you.
First baseman going to try and go home, and he will get the out there. Randall Simon, a bit of a bobble, but gets Taguchi at the plate.
Does he get tagged? Guess at this point it doesn't matter. Saw the sweep tag. Yeah, he got it.
Renteria 1 out of 4. The setter. 2 outs. And important to Mesa. He doesn't want any runs charged against him.
Not at all.
Still has an excellent earned run average and would certainly want to avoid keep a run from crossing the plate.
That's why the bullpen got busy. You know, Mac, you got your man out there. You don't want to get him a couple cheap earned runs for no reason. If he doesn't have it tonight, get him out of there. Let somebody else do the caddy work. Mac just wanted to go out and pitch to 3 or 4 hitters. That was it. Everybody in that bullpen knows their place. It's not Jose Mesa's job to go out and suck up earned runs to get to the end of the game. between seats.
Still 0-2 on the veteran John Mabry. Third stint with the Cardinals. Cardinals and the Cubs and Astros start the day 2.5 back in the Central. The Reds go extra innings in Miami. Reds just got a run on Adam Dunn's second home run of the game. 6-5 in the 10th. Houston and the Cubbies tied at 3 in the 7th. Jeff Bagwell, Jeff Kent with homers for Houston. Todd Hollandsworth, Todd Walker, Moises Alou. Long balls for the Cubs. The Reds hold that lead. Watch it be 6 out. Grounded to short. So they don't score against Jose Mesa. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Pirates down 7. 8-1. St. Louis.
Right now, I just kind of want to get this one over with. Taguchi in center field. Mabry over at first base talking to Rusty Coates. Yeah, get this one over with, come back out. See what we can do behind Wells.
Cedeno stays in the game. He's in right, and Cal Eldred looks to get 3 outs. Lower that ERA if you can.
You got a good feeling about Wells tomorrow, huh?
Yep. Nothing in 2 on Tyke Redmond. 8 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors, 8 left for the Cardinals. A run, 7 hits, no errors, 10 left stranded for Pittsburgh. Vogelsong will fall to 1-5. Suppan improving to 5-4. And the Cardinals' record here at PNC Park, an amazing 20-6. Including 12 of the last 14 played here.
Come on, Marlins.
No.
Cincinnati's still hitting at the top of the 10th.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you went out on a limb, didn't you?
Yeah, I said that by the end of the year the Pirates would surpass the Reds.
I think you're right.
I just didn't want to go a step further like you. It said by the end of June, Pirates would pass the Reds.
Did I say that?
Now 7-5. Oh, brother.
Told you they were still hitting.
Yeah. Ken Griffey hit another home run tonight. Jason Kendall has extended his hitting streak to 18 straight games this evening. One of the 6 hits off Jeff Suppan. Suppan will continue to lower that ERA here in this ballpark, which before this one was underway was 2.85. Five-hit night for Albert Pujols. 3 runs batted in. 2 hits apiece for Ray Lankford and Jim Edmonds, Hector Luna, who filled in for Roland when Roland was hit by a pitch in the helmet. Kendall with a hit. Jack Wilson 1 for 4. Darrell Ward 2 for 3 with a home run. Craig Wilson 1 for 4. Randall Simon 1 for 3. Jose Castillo also with a base hit. There's a ground ball out. 5-3. Well, we talked about it at the beginning. There's no question that, and Lloyd McClendon knows that in about probably 20 minutes, the media, writers, broadcast media will come in there, and one of the first questions they will ask is Vogelsong's spot in the rotation in jeopardy. Starting pitching, we talked about at the outset, just not getting it done for the Bucks. Best bullpen ERA in the league, but
That won't last.
no, that's right. The more work, too much work.
That's one of those 8-1 big strike zone calls. You can't complain about it. That's part of the game. You just have to take it, swing the bat, put it in play. You're not going to get calls like that when the game's been decided.
Two and two. And that is that. The Cardinals continue their mastery over the Pirates here at PNC Park. We take the first 2 games of this series tomorrow night. Kip Wells against Chris Carpenter. Oliver Perez against Woody Williams on Thursday night. Pittsburgh Sports Tonight is next.